Check those pennies carefully. A rare 1985 error penny, 1996 misstrike, or 2001 Lincoln cent might look ordinary but could be worth far more than face value. In 1985, millions of Lincoln 1-cent pennies rolled out of the United States Mint, destined for pockets, wallets, and cash registers all across America. For the average person, it was just another coin, small in value and often overlooked at the bottom of a jar or tossed into a drawer. But what many never realized is that within that vast production of copper-plated zinc pennies were rare and extraordinary pieces, error coins that today can fetch life-changing amounts of money. Among these hidden treasures are 1985 Lincoln cents with striking minting errors, coins that have sold in the range of $49,000 to $125,000 at auctions. That's right, a simple 1-cent coin, struck nearly 4 decades ago, can be worth more than a luxury car or even a house if it carries the right mistake. The Lincoln cent, featuring Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse, has long been one of the most iconic American coins. By 1985, the design by Victor David Brenner had already been in use for decades, with Lincoln's portrait representing one of the most enduring faces on U.S. currency. On the reverse, the coin displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Millions of people handled these pennies every single day, yet only a fraction ever realized the stories these coins could tell, stories of minting errors that transformed them from everyday change into rare collectibles. 1985 was well into the era of copper-plated zinc cents, a change that began in 1982 due to rising copper prices. This switch introduced new challenges for the minting process. Coins struck on improper planchets or with quality control issues became more likely to yield unusual results. These mistakes are what collectors chase today. For example, there are 1985 cents struck on planchets meant for dimes, leading to thinner, lighter coins with an odd silvery tone. Others show double die errors, where the inscriptions or design elements appear doubled due to misalignment in the hubbing process. Some examples feature broad strikes or off-center strikes that leave Lincoln's portrait partially missing, while others have die cracks or cuds that give the coin a unique appearance. Each of these errors makes the coin not only rare but highly desirable to collectors willing to pay extraordinary sums. What makes the 1985 penny errors so captivating is their scarcity. Out of millions produced, only a tiny handful escaped with such mistakes. And since pennies are among the most circulated coins, many of these errors could have gone unnoticed for years, passed from hand to hand in everyday transactions. Just think about the possibility that someone used one of these error coins to pay for a cup of coffee or left it as change without ever realizing they were holding a piece worth tens of thousands of dollars. That sense of mystery and lost opportunity drives collectors to search relentlessly through rolls of coins, hoping to find one of these rare treasures. Over the years, auction houses and private sales have revealed the true value of these coins. When a high-grade 1985 penny with a dramatic error surfaces, bidding wars break out among collectors. It is not uncommon for such a coin to reach into the 5-figure range, and in some exceptional cases, prices soar into the 6 figures. Coins have sold for anywhere between $49,000 and $125,000 depending on the type of error and the condition of the coin. For a coin that began life with a face value of just 1 cent, this transformation into a high-value collectible is nothing short of remarkable. Condition, of course, plays a huge role in determining the value of a 1985 penny error. Collectors prefer examples that are as close to mint state as possible. A coin that circulated heavily, showing scratches and wear, might still bring an impressive price if the error is dramatic enough. But when one appears in pristine condition with sharp details and little sign of handling, its value skyrockets. That is why collectors often send these coins to grading services like PCGS or NGC, which certify the authenticity of the error and assign a grade. Once slabbed and certified, these coins become even more attractive to serious buyers. One fascinating aspect of the 1985 penny error is how it continues to fuel excitement in the coin collecting community today. Unlike rare coins from the 1800s, which feel distant and disconnected from modern life, the 1985 penny is a modern coin, one that many people alive today remember using. This familiarity adds to the intrigue. The idea that an ordinary penny from your childhood could now be worth up to $125,000 makes people stop and take notice. It's the kind of story that inspires casual coin checkers and seasoned collectors alike to take a closer look at the coins they come across. Stories abound of people discovering rare 1985 penny errors in surprising places. Some find them in inherited coin jars from parents or grandparents. Others stumble across them while searching through rolls purchased from banks. These discoveries capture headlines because they remind us that valuable coins are not always locked away in museums or private collections. They can still be out there, waiting to be found in the most ordinary settings. Every time such a story surfaces, interest in these coins surges, and more people begin checking their change with fresh eyes. The allure of the 1985 penny error also ties into the broader fascination with minting mistakes in general. Error coins are like windows into the production process, tangible evidence of how a coin can deviate from perfection under the high-pressure conditions of minting. They showcase the human and mechanical flaws behind something that was supposed to be flawless. Collectors see them as not just coins, but pieces of history, each telling its own story of how it slipped past quality control and entered circulation. The pricing range of $49,000 to $125,000 is a testament to both the rarity and desirability of these coins. Collectors are willing to pay such amounts because they understand just how limited the population is. The demand far outweighs the supply, and with each auction result, the legend of the 1985 penny error grows stronger. These sales don't just reflect the value of a coin. They fuel the market, encouraging others to continue searching and competing to own one of these treasures. For those who wonder how to identify a potential 1985 error penny, experts recommend paying close attention to details. Look for doubled features in the lettering or Lincoln's portrait. Examine the coin for unusual thickness, incorrect weight, or an off-color tone that might suggest an off-metal strike. Check for off-center strikes or broad strikes that cause unusual shapes. Even small cracks or raised areas on the coin can indicate die errors that increase collectability. While not every odd-looking penny is worth a fortune, those with true mint errors have the potential to be incredibly valuable. The excitement surrounding the 1985 penny error is more than just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the chase for something extraordinary hidden among the ordinary. Collectors spend countless hours searching through rolls and bags of coins because they know that rare treasures exist. And every now and then, someone strikes gold, or in this case, copper-plated zinc. The possibility of turning a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure payday keeps the dream alive for coin enthusiasts across the country. Think of it this way. A 1985 penny error is not just a coin. It's a story, a piece of American history, and a symbol of how even the smallest, most overlooked items can hold immense value. When collectors hold one of these rare pieces in their hands, they're not just holding a penny. They're holding a key to history, rarity, and incredible worth. So the next time you come across a 1985 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Because hidden among the countless ordinary cents are a few extraordinary treasures, coins that could change your life. And with values ranging from $49,000 to $125,000, it's a reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries are found in the smallest places. The 1996 United States 1-cent penny might look to most people like nothing more than an ordinary coin that has passed through countless hands, spent on gum, candy, or tucked away in jars and drawers over the years. But the truth is that some examples of this penny carry with them a hidden story and a value far beyond their face. This little copper-plated zinc coin, weighing just 2.5 grams, has surprised collectors and stunned the numismatic community with certain rare errors and unique conditions that elevate its worth from just a single cent to an astonishing range of $44,000 to $115,000. That kind of price for something so common in appearance shows why collectors never stop looking, because treasures can be hiding in plain sight. The 1996 penny belongs to the Lincoln Cent series, a coin that holds an important place in American coinage history. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent first appeared in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its obverse carries the iconic profile of Lincoln, which has now become one of the most recognized images on any American coin. The reverse design in 1996 still carried the Lincoln Memorial, a feature that was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. For many, it's a coin that represents history, continuity, and national pride. BY 1996, Billions of Lincoln cents were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. To the casual observer, all of these coins appear the same. Lincoln's bust on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. In God we trust above, and 1 cent proudly displayed on the reverse. But even in such a massive production, mistakes happened. And those mistakes are what transform a simple penny into a collector's dream. Error coins are among the most sought after in numismatics, and the 1996 penny is no exception. Some examples struck that year display double die errors, where inscriptions or design features appear doubled due to a slight misalignment during the die creation process. On some, the word Liberty or the date itself shows clear doubling, something that excites collectors because it's a visible flaw created during minting, not by wear and tear. Other errors from 1996 include off-center strikes, where Lincoln's profile is shifted to one side, leaving a blank crescent of metal on the coin. A few even show broad strikes, caused when the coin wasn't properly confined in the collar during striking, resulting in a stretched appearance. Perhaps the most extraordinary and valuable 1996 pennies are those struck on the wrong planchet. These errors occur when a blank intended for another denomination accidentally finds its way into the Lincoln cent press. Examples struck on dime or foreign coin planchets are among the rarest, because they not only look unusual in size and color, but also represent a mistake that should never have left the mint. Collectors chase these errors fiercely, and when they appear at auction, the bidding can escalate quickly. Condition also plays a crucial role in value. A normal 1996 penny pulled from circulation is worth just 1 cent, maybe a few cents if in pristine condition. But a rare error in uncirculated or mint state condition certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC can command life-changing sums. It's not just about rarity. It's about rarity combined with top condition. That's why some examples of the 1996 penny have reached auction prices between $44,000 and $115,000. That price range is extraordinary considering the coin's humble origins, and it fuels the passion of collectors everywhere. What makes stories like these so compelling is how ordinary the coin seems to be. Everyone has handled pennies, and many people dismiss them as almost worthless in daily life. Yet, within this mass of copper-plated zinc coins, a few extraordinary ones stand apart, holding hidden fortunes. Collectors are constantly telling stories of finding rare coins in coin rolls from banks, in pocket change, or in jars that have sat untouched for decades. One can only imagine the thrill of realizing that a penny you once thought was worthless could actually be worth more than a luxury car or even a down payment on a house. Auction records reveal how the 1996 penny has captured the imagination of numismatists. When one of these rare errors comes up for sale, collectors from across the country and even internationally compete, driving prices higher with each bid. The room fills with anticipation, and the final hammer price often leaves people stunned. It is in these moments that the value of the coin is cemented not just in dollars but in the legacy it creates. Coins like this become legendary in the collecting world, symbols of luck, rarity, and the power of paying attention to detail. The fascination with the 1996 penny also comes from its place in the timeline of American coinage. The mid-1990s were not so long ago, and many people alive today still remember using these coins daily. That connection makes the idea of discovering a rare one even more powerful, because it's not some ancient relic hidden in a museum. It's a modern treasure that could still be hiding in change jars, bank rolls, or circulation. It gives everyday people the chance to participate in a real-life treasure hunt without having to dig for gold or search for buried relics. Collectors often recommend checking every penny carefully, particularly those from the 1990s, because this era produced a number of intriguing errors. When it comes to the 1996 penny, details like misaligned lettering, missing parts of the design, unusual thickness, or incorrect coloring could all be signs of something valuable. It's important not to dismiss these details as mere imperfections, because they could be clues that you're holding a coin worth thousands, or in rare cases, tens of thousands. The journey of the 1996 penny from a simple cent to a highly sought-after rarity is a reminder that value often hides where we least expect it. Coins like this show us that what most people overlook can actually hold great significance. And when collectors find these treasures, they don't just gain a valuable coin. They gain a piece of history, a story of chance, and a connection to the vast and intricate process of coin production at the U.S. Mint. For those lucky enough to discover one of these rare 1996 pennies, the reward is more than financial. It's the thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the pride of owning something so unique. Yet the financial reward is undeniable, with some examples bringing between $44,000 and $115,000 depending on the type of error and the condition. That is life-changing money, all hidden within a coin that most people would ignore or leave at the bottom of a drawer. The story of the 1996 penny serves as inspiration for collectors and casual observers alike. It shows that treasure hunting doesn't always mean searching exotic places or spending enormous amounts of money. Sometimes it simply means paying attention to the coins you already have, studying them carefully, and recognizing that rarity and value can exist in the most ordinary-seeming places. Every coin has a story, and sometimes those stories are worth far more than anyone could imagine, so the next time you pick up a penny from the ground or empty out your change jar, take a closer look, especially if the date reads 1996. That little coin might not just be a penny. It could be a rare error piece worth tens of thousands, perhaps even up to $115,000. And all it takes is awareness, curiosity, and a willingness to look closely at the things most people overlook. That's the magic of coin collecting, where the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprise. In 2001, the United States Mint struck billions of 1-cent pennies, each bearing the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. To the average person, these coins were nothing more than everyday change, tossed into pockets, jars, or cash registers without much thought. But as collectors know, within those billions, rare varieties and minting errors can create treasures worth far more than their face value. The 2001 Lincoln penny is one of those fascinating cases, where certain examples have been valued not at 1 cent, not even a few dollars, but at astonishing amounts that can soar anywhere from $38,000 to $110,000. This makes it one of the most exciting modern coins for collectors and treasure hunters alike. The Lincoln cent itself has a long and celebrated history. First issued in 1909 to honor the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first widely circulated U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Victor David Brenner's design of Lincoln's profile quickly became iconic, symbolizing not just a currency piece but also a tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. By 1959, the reverse was redesigned to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a design that remained in circulation for 50 years until the 2009 bicentennial redesign. By 2001, Americans had been using the Lincoln Memorial cent for decades, and although it was familiar, certain 2001 dated coins managed to become far more than ordinary. So what makes some 2001 pennies so valuable? The answer lies in minting errors and rare varieties. Errors occur when something goes wrong in the coin production process, leading to coins that look different than they should. These mistakes are rare, and because collectors value rarity above almost anything else, they can command jaw-dropping prices when they surface point. One of the most famous and sought-after types of errors for Lincoln cents, including those from 2001, is the double die. A double die error happens when a coin die is impressed with the design more than once in slightly different positions, leading to doubled images on the finished coin. On 2001 pennies, doubling may appear in the inscriptions such as "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or even the date itself. To a collector, a strong double die error can mean the difference between a coin worth a single cent and one worth tens of thousands of dollars. Another highly prized error type is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies, causing the design to be stamped off-center. Some of these errors are subtle, but others are dramatic, with large portions of the design missing and part of the blank planchet showing. A 2001 penny struck significantly off-center while still retaining a visible date can bring huge premiums. It's the kind of error that instantly catches the eye, making it a dream find for collectors. Then there are broad strikes, where the collar that normally contains the coin's shape during striking fails, causing the coin to spread out larger than normal. These can create unusual and warped appearances, again making them highly collectible. Even more valuable are off-metal strikes, where a coin is struck on the wrong type of blank. For example, a 2001 penny mistakenly struck on a dime or foreign coin planchet would look unusual in color, size, or weight. These are exceedingly rare and can easily push the value of a single coin into the $38,000 to $110,000 range, depending on condition and specifics. Collectors are particularly drawn to 2001 pennies because they represent a modern issue where these dramatic errors prove that incredible discoveries aren't just found in coins over a century old. They show that even in the modern minting era, with advanced machinery and strict quality controls, mistakes still happen, and those mistakes can become treasures. For everyday people, it creates the thrill that a penny you find in your change could potentially change your financial life. Condition also plays a massive role in determining how much a coin is worth. A 2001 penny error that has been heavily circulated will still carry value, but the highest auction prices are reserved for coins that are in mint state condition. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC evaluate these coins and assign grades based on factors like luster, sharpness of detail, and the presence or absence of scratches. Coins with high grades not only look more impressive but also carry the strongest guarantee of authenticity, which drives collectors to pay top dollar. Auction houses have seen modern pennies with dramatic errors bring in astonishing results. In cases where a 2001 penny showed clear doubling, a striking off-metal mistake, or a perfectly dramatic off-center strike, collectors bid aggressively. This bidding frenzy is what drives values into the tens of thousands, with some special examples soaring well past $38,000 and reaching that remarkable high of $110,000. To think that a coin worth a single cent at face value could rival the price of a luxury car or even a down payment on a house is exactly what fuels so much excitement in the coin collecting community. The fascinating part of coins like the 2001 penny is that they can still be found. Unlike coins from the 1800s or early 1900s, which rarely appear outside of auctions or collections, a 2001 penny could still be sitting unnoticed in a change jar or in a roll of pennies from the bank. Collectors often say the thrill of the hunt is just as exciting as the value itself, because every handful of coins holds the possibility of a rare discovery. It's what keeps people searching, and it's why stories of ordinary people finding valuable pennies in everyday circulation continue to spark interest. The design of the Lincoln Memorial reverse itself adds another layer of intrigue, with sharp, tiny details showing the steps, pillars, and even the faint outline of the statue inside the memorial. It is a design that makes errors stand out more clearly. Doubling in these fine details becomes obvious under magnification, which is why so many collectors carefully examine 2001 pennies for signs of something unusual. Even the smallest doubling can hint at a significant error, turning an ordinary penny into a highly desirable piece. It's also worth mentioning that as time passes, fewer and fewer high-quality 2001 penny errors remain in circulation. Many have already been pulled out by collectors, and others have been lost, damaged, or overlooked. This natural process of attrition makes surviving examples even more valuable, especially those graded at higher levels. Rarity combined with condition is what drives top-dollar sales, and this is exactly why a 2001 penny can climb into that $110,000 price bracket. Collectors often advise newcomers to keep an eye on the small things. Look closely at the lettering, at Roosevelt's profile, at the date, and at the edges of the coin. Unusual thickness, faint doubling, misalignments, or blank spots can all be clues that you might have something extraordinary. Even with billions of pennies minted in 2001, the chance that one of them could be a rare error worth tens of thousands of dollars is what makes every inspection worthwhile. The story of the 2001 penny is not just about money. It's also about the way these coins connect us to history, to craftsmanship, and to the surprises that come when human and machine interact on such a massive scale. Each error coin represents a moment in time when something went wrong at the mint, creating a one-of-a-kind artifact. To collectors, owning such a piece is like holding history in their hands, a piece of America's story preserved in copper-plated zinc. Ultimately, the 2001 Lincoln penny is proof that extraordinary treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. Whether it's a double die, an off-center strike, or an off-metal error, these coins have captured the fascination of collectors and inspired countless people to take a closer look at the change in their pockets. With values ranging from $38,000 to $110,000, they remind us that sometimes the smallest coin can carry the greatest surprise. And every time a new discovery is made, it renews the excitement of the hunt, proving that the world of numismatics is as vibrant today as it has ever been.